Founded in 1979 by the Bic family of Bic pen fame, Bic Sport grew from the family's passion for water sports and expertise in sustainable manufacturing. Visit bicsport.com to learn more and discover the full range of Bic Sport products.
Welcome back to Facing Waves. This week, Matt Height is exploring the U.S. Virgin Islands. After having spent his first few days exploring the islands of St. Croix and St. Thomas, Matt's made the move to St. John. With 2/3 of St. John serving as national park and boasting some of the most fantastic beaches that you'll find anywhere, St. John is a nature lover's dream destination. To explore the area, Matt is hooked up with Arthur Jones, owner of EraWhack Expeditions, which has been offering paddling trips on the island for over 15 years.
EraWhack Expeditions is a company that primarily does sea kayaking tours, and we've been doing kayaking tours for 20 plus years. And in the last 5 years or so, we've gotten into paddleboarding. We do a lot of paddleboard rentals as well as some instruction and tours. We also specialize in guided fly fishing trips for bonefish and tarpon.
The cool thing about Arthur at EraWhack, he's got great background. Being on the island, I think for over 20 years, he knows everything.
This island got its name Whistling Key because if you came through this channel here without clearing customs, they would blow the steam whistle at you, telling you to stop and come ashore and clear customs.
We were paddleboarding and we went snorkeling. So I took our snorkel gear and attached it to the front of the board, put it in a bag, stuck it up under the deck rigging, and we paddled to our location.
We have great snorkeling here on St. John. In this area, in the Hurricane Hole, you'll see lots of little bitty reef fish that kind of grow up back in the mangrove.
The snorkeling and diving here, I mean, they say it's the best, and honestly, from what I've seen and what they say, I honestly think it's some of the best that we have in the States. Arthur at EraWhack, he has recently just started, it seems like, doing the light stuff, because you're going out of Cruise Bay and there's a lot of restaurants right there, and people are just like, whoa, that's such a different concept of paddleboarding, and it opens up a whole new window. In the Virgin Islands, you always think of paddling in the day, seeing the clear water, but when we took these lights out at night, you could really see almost just as much as what you could see during the day, and it brought out all these different elements that you wouldn't normally see during the day. The fish were attracted to the light, so they would come right up to your board. Even some of them would run into your board and hit them. It was like deer in the headlights.
The first time I even tried out these lights, we had a huge eagle ray that came right up underneath us and almost like scraped itself underneath the bottom of the board. He was just wanted to get so close to the light.
You'd have all these little minnows come up and paddle right underneath your light, and it looked like you were honestly paddling on a fish tank. It really opened up a whole new realm of paddleboarding that I have never done before or experienced. So let's take a quick look at some of the gear that I brought to the USVI. First thing I brought was a Bic Sup Air board. This board's great because it paddles really well and it packs up really small into actually what's a backpack. And so I can easily get it onto a plane. I brought a board and obviously I needed to bring a paddle. For this trip, I brought the Warner Nitro Medium. This paddle is great because it's super light and it's stiff. It's made out of full carbon. And I love this paddle because it gets the job done in any type of situation. Safety for me is always important, and in this case, I brought an inflatable PFD hip belt from Body Glove. I like this PFD because it's a lot smaller, it packs up, and when you need it, it's there for you. protecting your feet is always a good idea. In this case, I brought the Body Glove 3T Barefoot Shoe. It's great because it keeps you away from puncturing your feet and you can get them wet. Of course, there's lots of gear out there for you to bring. This is some of my favorite stuff that I use and some of the stuff that I recommend for you to check out.